So now we got Babies and Fools. So Babies and Fools fits in with the smooth and conceptual category of Look at Me and Scotty Beam, I think it was. Yeah, Look at Me and Scotty Beam, and now Babies and Fools. With the whole all of me repetition from the sample, every few bars that they say ends in all of me. Like, I couldn't give you all of me, or I gave this all of me, or this person wanted all of me. So it, you know, that's a concept, and they execute that concept well. You know, this song has Conway the Machine on it, and again, I forgot to include Conway the Machine on my tier list of ranking the, you know, the best features, but Conway the Machine has a strong feature. So fuck that tier list that I said, you know, a few minutes ago, because all the features on this album are great, and I don't want to take away from any feature by putting one above the other. Obviously, Benny the Butcher came the most lyrical because of the type of song that he was on, but all these features add something very essential to the album and to the song that they're on. So just great album building and great, you know, great cohesiveness musically. This song is the most personal and vulnerable song, I feel like, aside from that, which one did I say? I think I said Scotty Beam. Yeah, Scotty Beam, he had came with the most vulnerability up until that point. Now this song overtakes Scotty Beam as the most personal and vulnerable song, because, I mean, I wrote down some quotes. He said, I know the Lord watch over babies and fools. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's deep and poetic and can mean more than what it just says. I know that he's saying that to say that at certain times he's fallen in under one of those categories. But then on top of that, he says, Lord, take me as I am, because I'm going to come as I'm is. I might die twice if I look down and see my mama in tears. You know, that is so deep and relatable and vulnerable to say that, you know, and it's very insightful and introspective, you know. So I feel like he did a great job on this album. It matches the beat very well. This beat is, you know, very poetic and soft and emotive. So, you know, great song. And aside from Freddie delivering his most vulnerable and emotional verse and thus far, I feel like this really is solidified as the most vulnerable, emotional, and deep song on the album when you add in Conway the Machine's verse, because he came equally as vulnerable, equally as deep, and equally emotional, you know, especially matching the start of Freddie Gibbs' verse when he says, my first love was this, my second love was this, you know. And then, you know, Conway the Machine getting into how he was shot in the neck and laid up in the hospital, getting into how he always gave his niggas all of him, you know, always gave the streets all of him, is just very deep, very honest, very vulnerable. So I feel like this song definitely takes that title as the deepest, most vulnerable song, to add depth paired with Scotty Beam, as, you know, to add depth paired with Scotty Beam to this album. My bad. I was saying Scotty Beam, and yes, Scotty Beam was deep, but what I've been meaning to say is something to rap about with Tyler the Creator. I got the two songs mixed up. Scotty Beam still does match. Scotty Beam was a deep song, but it wasn't the deepest song thus far. Something to rap about with Tyler the Creator, I think, was the deepest, most vulnerable song thus far. So when you pair that together with Scotty Beam, and then, like I said, what holds the title with Babies and Fools, with him and Conway coming in the way that they did, I feel like that adds the emotional vulnerability and depth to this album that other songs don't add. And it, you know, it works in rounding the album out, you know, to give it lyrical and emotional variety.